What is this? Salted caramel. Hello, hi, Sophie here. And if you hadn't have guessed it, I'm here to talk to you about Nomos, specifically the Tetra 27 Duo and 29 Aubergine Dream. Let's go. I had the wonderful privilege of being invited to Glashütte for the Nomos Forum 2024, and to say it was mind-blowing is an understatement. I had the best time, and it was the first time I'd ever been to a watch manufacturer, and seeing the process and the level of teamwork and commitment it takes just to produce one watch is incredible. And now my love for watches is just tenfold at least. So before I get into the review segment of this episode, let's have a look at my time in Glashütte. So that morning, me and my watch chums were absolutely ecstatic and on the coach on our way to Glashütte. It was an absolutely beautiful day. There was even a rainbow. We began the tour at the first factory, which had all their heavy machines, and it's where they made all the tiny parts. Here you can see the machine just putting in the synthetic jewels onto the movement. And interestingly, the synthetic jewels are made in France. It's one of the only things that aren't made on site. Here you can see the watchmaker controlling the machine that's making the ratchet wheels, and they have this beautiful sunburst finish, which is typical of Glashütte, as you can see here in the picture. After seeing how all the individual parts were made, we made our way to the next factory, which had the watchmakers putting them all together and making the finished watch, which was so fantastic to see. Here you can see the watchmaker using a handmade tool on site to manage the hairspring and make it perfect to put in the movement. But my favourite part of the tour was seeing the watchmaker bring the movement to life in the final stages, and we got to see its heartbeat for the first time, which was absolutely magical. It was just so fantastic to see how much love and attention to detail and pride that they all had in their work, and getting to experience the process from start to finish makes you really appreciate the level of work that goes into just making one watch. So after that fantastic tour, we were taken to the Nomos church, or converted church is where they had their forum, which was so fun. And I learned so much more about the new releases, like the super cool Nomos Tangente 2 date, which turned out to be quite the controversial watch, as you either love it or hate it. But I love it. And we had some fantastic talks, including this amazing one from Camilla Richter, who was talking about the importance of fashion and styling your watch, which is totally my bag. I just had the most amazing time, and I met some fantastic people, and I got to see some of my friends too, so it was an absolute winner. But I'm here to talk to you about the Tetra model, something that I've had my eye on for a while. From the pictures, it just spoke my language. It's so fun and unique, yet it harpens back to a kind of bygone age of watchmaking, and I just had to try them out. So I tried the most simple one, which is the Tetra 27, and I think the most fun one, which is the Tetra 29 in this beautiful aubergine and rose gold with a hint of turquoise on the small seconds. So I think it's time to look at the specs. The Tetra in aubergine has the dimensions of 29.5 by 29.5, a height of 6.5 millimeters, and a lug-to-lug of 40.5 millimeters, and a lug width of 18 millimeters. The strap is a vegan velour rambourd velvet grey with a 30 meters of water resistance or splash proof. The aubergine dial has bespoke numerals and a small seconds in rose gold and the seconds hand in gorgeous turquoise. The hands are plated in rhodium It has sapphire crystal glass and the stainless steel. The back is fixed with 4 screws. This manual winding watch is powered by the Alpha movement with up to 43 hours power reserve, 17 joules, and proudly made in-house in Glashütte. And now we have the Tetra Duo 27, which is in fact 27.5mm by 27.5mm, a height of 6.1mm, a lug-to-lug of 38.5mm, and a lug width of 18mm, and a 30 meters water resistance. The dial is galvanized, white silver plated, and the hands are plated in gold. The manual winding movement in the Tetra Duo is the Alpha 2, which has the modified second wheel with a smaller staff, which keeps time in the smaller versions of the Tangente, Orion, Ludwig and Tetra. The power reserve is the same at up to 43 hours, and it has 17 joules, a movement height of 2.6mm, and a diameter of 23.3mm. The strap the Tetra Duo comes with is in a velour leather beige. Nomos have a really great reputation for being bold with their colour choices, and it's no exception with their Tetra line. This Tetra, with its beautiful aubergine colour and that stunning rose gold small seconds, is just so successful. I thought I would gravitate towards this more than the 27 because I'm a really fun-loving, colourful person, and I thought, yeah, this looks a bit of me. But to my surprise, I actually preferred the 27, but I'll go into that later because we'll start with this one. Things I love about it: the exhibition case back. It's perfect to see that manual winding Alpha movement in there. It's iconic, and it's not until you see it in real life that you can truly appreciate the workmanship that's gone into it. I had the club campuses on loan before and they had closed case backs, so I never really got to see it. So now I've had a bit of time to spend just looking at this movement. I can tell you it's exquisite and an absolute joy. And that's something that is sad about the 27, is that you can't get the exhibition case back, but I'll go into that later. Other things I love about the Tetra in general is the drilled lugs, because it makes it super easy to just get the tool and change straps. And this is the kind of watch that you will want to have many different straps for different occasions, different seasons, all of that. So I really appreciated that, and it's that extra level of detail which I think justifies the price compared to a club campus. Same with the strap quality just feels more luxurious compared to a club campus. But obviously, even the case shape being square and these stylized lugs, there's going to be more work involved in producing it, so it makes total sense. It's the same for this dial. Because it has the sunburst small seconds with that beautiful matte aubergine dial, there's just more work that's gone into it. What I would say, things that I find more challenging with this particular watch, is the fact that legibility is not great, because it's kind of a muted tone upon a muted tone, which means in certain lights you're not going to be able to read the time on this. The hands do reflect the light very well, but they're very thin. So yeah, I think this dress watch needs to be in good light to be able to see the time. Obviously, it doesn't have 100 meters of water resistance, it's 30 meters of water resistance. This doesn't bother me at all, because to me this is a dress watch and I want to keep it as slim as possible and the glass as slim as possible. And just the way the case has been screwed on at the back, it's just not going to have the water resistance. But it doesn't bother me at all for this watch, because I've got plenty of water resistant watches that I would wear. So no water, no problem. Another thing I really enjoy about the 29, well, it's 29.5, is it just feels modern and fresh. I mean, personally, for this model, I like the more vintage aesthetic on the 27, but I think for many people this modern look would be great, and it definitely fits my tiny 13.5 centimeter wrist. It is just a case of preference with me. I also really enjoy the balance of the small seconds on here, and it just is nice to have square, 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 and then this round, juicy sunburst there. It really catches your eye and draws you into the watch, which is gorgeous. Yeah, overall, I think this is an incredible watch, beautifully designed and completely unique in terms of its colorway. I've never seen a watch with rose gold, aubergine, and turquoise. So yeah, it's so Nomos, and I love that about it. But let's move on to the 27, my surprise favorite. I just love how it sits on my wrist. I love that it's time only. Again, it just feels dressier that way. And I love the gold hands against the white galvanized silver plated dial. It shimmers in the light. Legibility is really good. I can't put my finger on what the color is of the numerals because it's not black. I suppose it's kind of browny purple color, but whatever it is, I dig it. I think it's gorgeous, and again, it just adds to the uniqueness of this watch, the fact that they have such a specific tone of color even for the numerals, and it's so stylized as well. I love that with this model, the square speaks for itself. It's just very chic, and I don't need extra colors or the small seconds even to love this watch. The square and the lugs and the clean dial are enough for me, and I have really enjoyed wearing it and looking down at it. It's a complete strap monster. There is no strap you can't pair with this watch, and that 18mm lug width just makes it super easy to buy straps. And compared to the Club Camper strap, this is super luxurious and really lovely quality. So I would use this strap, whereas I actually wouldn't have used the Club Campus one. I didn't think the quality was there for it, but this really is. The only downside for me is the fact that I can't see the movement, because that movement is so special, and I can't pretend that I'm not sad about it. And I hope in the future they can find a way to get glass in the back. I don't know if it will put me off buying it, because I really do love it. It's great if you want to put engraving on the back, which I might do. But in my heart, I really want to see that stunning movement from Nomos. It's just glorious. It's just a shame, because I love this watch. But I can safely tell you that I'm 100% going to buy a Nomos watch. They are all so gorgeous. I'll show you here a few watches that I tried while I was in Glashütte and that I really enjoyed as well. So I think I'm just gonna have to do a bit of a pick and mix until I find my perfect one. What am I like? So as you can see from these square beauties, it really is hip to be square, and you can really go to town on straps and honestly have really fun styling your outfits. So on that note, it's fashion montage time. Tetra edition, dooby-dooby-doo. A bit of watch trickery today, double wristing, and these watches looking fabulous with anything I throw at it. Dooby-dooby-doo. Oh, a bit of smart casual at work. I don't go to work, I'm a stay-at-home mum, but you get the idea. Dooby-dooby-doo. Don't you just love a double wristing jumpsuit moment? I do. Dooby-dooby-doo. It's officially knitwear season, and what better way than this beautiful bright pink to go with these? Dooby-dooby-dow! I'm wearing all the colours. Rainbow, you know it, because I am gorgeous. I am fabulous. So there you have it. A little bit of my experience from the Nomos Forum 2024 and my thoughts and feelings, there's always lots of those, about the Tetras. Oh, I love them. They're gorgeous. And now I just have to kind of sit and think about which one I want to buy. And I just want to say a huge thank you to Nomos for even loaning me the watches in the first place and inviting me to Glashütte, because It really was special. It was like Christmas and birthday all at once. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my content, because without you, what's the blimmin' point? So on that note, I'll say goodbye.